I was watching untitled YouTube channel. Can I say what YouTube channel I was watching?
Sure.
I was watching Smosh recently. And
why would you be able to say Smosh?
I don't know. I was watching Smosh recently. There was this game that they were playing, and one of the questions was, if you were in a Hallmark movie where the town's economy solely focused on Christmas and holidays, what would your niche shop be? And like your
hot cocoa bar.
What's the love story that's behind all of it? What's the crisis, the economic crisis that's going on in this hot cocoa bar?
I'm a side character.
Okay.
And it's just the location that like the protagonist and the hometown hunk that she hasn't seen for a long time, but she comes back because she's like a corporate lawyer or something, going back to her hometown and is like, hey Brandon, I haven't seen you since high school. Are you still working at the old movie theater down the road? And he's like, yeah, I actually own it now.
So cute.
And she's like, well, sorry, I'm not interested. I'm a big corporate lawyer and I got a fiance in the big city. And he's like, no worries. That's not enough to deter my Christmas spirit. You want to go get some hot chocolate? And then they walk down to the hot chocolate bar. And she's like, there's a place here that only serves hot chocolate. How impractical. And he's like, you haven't tried it yet. They probably don't even have stuff like this in the big city.
In big city, trademark.
It's an undisclosed big city. She never mentions where she's from. And they walk in and the bell tolls and then I'm there behind the counter and it's like a Cold Stone Creamery but for hot chocolate where there's like jars of different toppings. There's peppermints, Lucky Charms, mini marshmallows, colored mini marshmallows, chocolate shavings, sprinkles, rainbow sprinkles, all in like big jugs in the thing. And then we got milk chocolate, we got dark chocolate, we got white chocolate, and we also have it in powder or syrup form, and you can get whipped cream on top. That would be my thing.
That's so cool. And how do you come into the play of their relationship?
Well, you see, the hot chocolate is a metaphor for their love and Christmas spirit. So they go into...
For their love and Christmas spirit.
So they go into, and she's all like, this is stupid. I'm not interested in a hot chocolate, but he gets a hot chocolate. And then later when they're like walking and talking, he's sipping on the hot chocolate because he has the Christmas spirit and also love for her. And she's all like, I used to like hot chocolate, but then my brother died from drinking hot chocolate. And that kind of ruined Christmas for me. It's a very singing killed my grandma kind of vibe.
What?
From Trolls. That's an actual line from the movie Trolls.
Ridiculous. Oh my god.
Why don't you sing? Because singing killed my grandma, okay? An actual line from an actual movie that had an actual budget.
God, that's ridiculous.
And she's like, I haven't drank hot chocolate since my brother died. And he's like, well, that's a darn shame because hot chocolate is just more than a drink. It's the holiday spirit. And so then later by herself, she goes into the hot chocolate bar and she's just browsing. And I'm like, do you want to try a sample? And she's like, maybe a little bit. But like, my brother died from hot chocolate. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, we got a special kind of hot chocolate that nobody's ever tried yet. Do you want to try it? And she's all like, I guess, sure. And I give it to her and she's like, wow, this is the most amazing hot chocolate that has ever been ever. It's even so good to make me forget about my dead brother.
Jeez! Oh my god!
And maybe like she'll have a dream where like her brother comes to her and he's all like, it's okay, you can love hot chocolate because hot chocolate is like the meaning of Christmas or whatever.
I'm obsessed with this. Hallmark is busting down the doors right now.
Hallmark, hot chocolate holiday.
That's so
Two white
good.
people smiling like this on the cover. Picture of all the white couples in Hallmark movies. And then they both come in at the very end, and it turns out I was actually Father Christmas the whole time. Because you know how Hallmark movies do that, where it's like the side character's always there for some reason.
Yeah.
And like, pushing these two people together because they're really invested for some reason. And then it's like, he was Santa Claus the whole time. I'm Santa Claus.
See, I thought you were gonna say, and it turns out I was the brother the whole time.
That's even better. Yes. I was possessed by the brother the whole time, and I just wanted to see my sister happy, and I made the hot cocoa bar. That's actually better.
We're
really
going
cute,
with that, actually. I love that. That is so funny. If I were to have a Christmas shop,
Yes.
I would have a record shop, like vinyls and cassette tapes, and then maybe some CDs, because the kids don't know what CDs are anymore. So they're archival. It would count, of like classic Christmas songs. Like there's Bing Crosby, there's Frank Sinatra. There's also some Mariah Carey in there.
Nice.
And like every now and then you get some of like the modern Christmas stuff sprinkled in. But there would also be like a back section where there's like other holiday Christmas, other holiday records. Like you can find the CDs and the discs with the Monster Mash on it, and there's like never before heard Valentine's Day songs, and never before heard like Thanksgiving songs. And there would be...
What's a Thanksgiving song?
Like, We Are the World.
Ah.
That's what it is.
Very good.
We Are the World. And there would be this guy that works there, and he looks super nerdy. Well, I mean, maybe to, like, the untrained eye, he looks super nerdy. But they have, like, these thick glasses, and they've got, like, really curly hair, and they have, like, a flannel on, very hipster vibe. Then his best friend from high school and middle school comes in, and her name is Trisha. And Trisha is like, I'm from big city, TM, and I'm corporate lady now. I have books, and I'm not into music anymore because that's for babies. And she comes home one day and she's like, oh, I need a Christmas present for my music-loving parents. Ugh. So she walks into this shop. She's like, I've never seen this before. It's called like Holidays.
I love that.
She's like, this seems dumb and cool. Let's go in. And so she goes in. She's wearing like her blazer and like pencil skirt and high heels, and there's Darron behind the counter, and he's like, hey, what's up, how can I help you? And she's like, oh my god, I'm just like looking for this thing. Darron, is that you? And he's in his head, he's like, oh god, this bitch.
This is not true love. This is a humbling story.
This is a humbling story because in some flashbacks later, we see that that Trisha was not very nice to Darron in high school, because she's like, I want to be a writer, and you know what? Music is lame. After they had listened to lots of vinyls and lots of CDs together, like, you know, sharing the one headphone.
Aww,
like,
cute.
not on the string, but like the big headphones. They were doing that thing.
Cute.
Yes. This was as high schoolers, and then they had like some kind of falling out. And then somewhere down the line, they like bump into each other on the Christmas streets. Like it's a Christmas market downtown, and it's snowing, and there's all these decorations and like horses that have antlers on them, and they're like, it's a reindeer.
Not actual reindeer, but horses.
Because they can't afford it in this town. And
They
Darren's
got
like,
the headband clip on.
yes. Darren's trying to raise money so that they can get an actual reindeer. So he's selling his own music to, like, his own Christmas music to try
a Christmas reindeer.
so they don't have to fool the kids anymore. And Trisha's like, this is so heartwarming and beautiful. And so she tries to like donate, and he's like, no, I won't take your money because you broke my heart, Trisha. And so, like, finally, she's a writer, right? So he's like, I won't take your money, but we can collaborate together. And so then we see them like, she's writing a song and he's like working on the beat of a song, and then they make eye contact through the studio window, and you can tell because there's like this cute music that's going over, and there's like a heart filter, and her eyes go awooga, and you can tell she's falling back in love with him. And at the end of the movie, he's finally like, Trisha, I've been in love with you since the 3rd grade, and you never looked twice at me. We were only friends. And then you told me music sucks and I hated you. And you went off to big city TM to become a writer. And now you hate it here. But my heart can never forgive you. And she goes, but Darron, I do love you, and I did love you this whole time. And then suddenly they get a ping notification from their GoFundMe for this. On their GoFundMe for this reindeer for the town Christmas party. And someone's donated all of the money. And he's like, Trisha, I told you I didn't want you to do this. And she goes, but Darron, I didn't do that. And they're like, but who did? And they look at the receipt, and it just says Mr. S. And they're like, who could it be? And then underneath the mistletoe, they finally kiss, and the mistletoe's in the record shop. They finally kiss, and as we pan out from, so right here is the window. They're inside of the window, like setting something up. They kiss. We pan out outside of the window, and we see the entire street, and over all of the buildings in the night snowy sky is Santa Claus. And he left one of his reindeers behind.
I love it. That's a masterpiece.
Oh my god. Are these ready? Not yet.
You know what's crazy is while you were saying that, and you were like, and then she's writing a letter, I was like, God, I hope it's to Santa Claus. God, I hope she writes a letter to Santa Claus being like, dear Mr. Santa, please can you give us a reindeer?
She's like 35 years old.
She thinks music is stupid, but Santa Claus is definitely real.
Yes. I love that so much. Oh my god.
I'm in pain.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry, I forgot. Yikes.